Today I got with me Phantom Ghost. His channel will be in the description below.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
So the reason I want to make this video is because this is probably one of the biggest election in our lifetime. There's a lot of stuff to it. This is like watching the Super Bowl, pretty much. It really is. Um, I voted for the first time. 20 years old, so it was okay. Um, I just want to make this video to talk about Biden, what his solution on the issues in the economy, and what Trump is gonna do for the economy. And one of those things I really, really want to talk about is the racial and social justice. As everybody knows, Trump, he don't like Muslims, Mexicans. We everybody knows he don't like black people. He called us thugs, when all the rioting was happening, whatnot. He called us thugs. So he pretty much painted a picture for himself of how he really feels. And that's why he's losing the race now.
Makes sense. No wonder
So
why he wants the states to have recounts on votes.
yeah, he's trying to sue, what was it, Pennsylvania?
Wisconsin as well. Like that state
Yeah.
and the other one. And like
See,
I think like one of the
he
states with like fraud
yeah,
type votes.
he didn't want mail ballots because he knew he was gonna lose this race. While Biden, he wanted mail ballots. And then also on social media, people was just lying, and all those claims was ended up false. Like in Florida, somebody said that they had to use Sharpies to fill out their ballots, and it came up as being false. Just people coming up with dumb stuff to say and whatnot. But I was surprised that Florida ended up being red. I was surprised with that one because Florida, it's a big black community there, so I was kind of sad in a way. Not many people was voting, but like I said, with Biden, he's still in the lead by, I think it was like at
Right
least 30
now
points.
is yeah, right now is 264 and Trump is 214. Yeah, I thought as well that Florida was going to be Democratic, but to my surprise, it was Republican, and not everybody was happy about that. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
well. I really thought so because we have like at least four or five of our cities Democrat, including the one I live in, and like no, just like Republicans, and that's it.
So one other thing I want to talk about is like I said, the social injustice for Biden and Trump, and what was they gonna do with the issues. And it's a big issue. Most people don't see that racism is an issue. They tell us to leave it in the past. We wasn't being whipped, and they just don't understand that being black, you gotta be black to understand the pain we feel. Like, I'm mixed, I'm half white and half black, and on any job resume, I will put myself African American. That's it. Because I see myself as black. And I got stopped by multiple cops saying you fit the description. I had to go through that. I was just walking, going to the store, and I got stopped for no reason because I fit the description. Apparently, he had the same shorts, shoes, and shirt on. So, yeah, it's a big issue. And one thing I want people to understand is that we're not just saying this to just so people can feel pity to do shit for us, because we've been doing stuff for ourselves ever since slavery ended. Like, we had to, we was all, all our ancestors was broke, the slaves was just broke. When slavery ended, they didn't have nothing. They had to make something out of themselves to feed their family. And still today, it's still like that. We come from low income families, you know, barely scraping by. And that's why you see most of these gang members doing what they do, is because they want to feed the rent for their mother. And getting a job, it's hard, you know. If you have a criminal background, they're not gonna hire you, so you gotta do what you gotta do to get by. And I want people to understand that I do believe white people do have privileges, and they should use that privilege to speak up, you know. Like, if you see a black man getting harassed, speak up about it. You know, don't just sit there. Use your privilege to help others. Because if you do not believe that white people have privilege, there is something wrong with you. Like, Phantom, have you ever been questioned by an officer?
No, I have not, but I do have a friend that's been questioned before. He's just like me. We're Puerto Rican and we have like a bit of black in our mixed race, and he's been pulled over before, I think younger with his dad, about like fitting descriptions and all that. And not too long ago, and I swear to God that I'm being honest with you, there was cops around my local public store. Me and my friends were walking, and there was these cops outside of this like restaurant, and they were looking at just specifically me and my other friend because we're a little bit darkened because of our skin color, and they just like gave us a look. Like, I didn't look at them, like I saw from the corner of my eye, and I'm like, oh no, like you like no, 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 not here. Like, you can't look at me like that. Just I'm just a normal dude doing his own thing. But like, it was just both of those cops staring at us, and I'm like, it was just me and my other two friends. But one of them was Cuban, and like he's very, you can't tell because he's just very white. But yeah, we were just all Hispanics, just doing our own thing, and we just have these cops just looking at us, and it's just like, is there a problem? But
Yeah, the system, police officers, they're all, not all of them are corrupt. That's one thing. You know, Blues Lives Matter. That's just something because we say Black Lives Matter and how they say all lives matter. Like, I understand all lives matter, but it's not all lives matter until black people are included. You know, like, there's many names of innocent black people getting killed. Like, one guy, he's driving, he got a brush in his hands. Supposedly that's a gun. Another incident, he was grabbing his wallet. Supposedly that was a gun.
mm,
Um, somebody sleeping in the house who is a nurse, was a drug dealer. And it's not just those three stories, it's many more. It's thousands, really, all the way back to slavery, back in the time where you could go in the woods, you could see a black man lynched on a tree. It's thousands of the same story. And it's sad because when I went to go vote, it's like I got that sudden feeling that nobody wanted me there. I felt like they wanted to beat the fuck out of me. You feel me?
Man, oh
Which is
wow.
sad because, you know, it's just sad people still want to live like that. They don't want to see me as a human being just like them. I bleed the same blood you bleed. You feel me? I got the same organs. I got skeletons and whatnot. I got bones in me too. I'm just like you. It's just I got a darker complexion than you. That's it. There's nothing else that's different. I'm smart as you. I'm in college just like you. And with this whole Trump and Biden thing, kind of big like a Super Bowl, I feel like white people are now starting to get more aggressive. They'll get more aggressive because of what Trump is saying. Like at rallies, there was this Biden little thing that was happening in Texas, and they had a Biden bus, a little campaign bus, and there was about wrecked off the road because at least 10 trucks and vans of Trump supporters tried to ran them off the road. Like, not Biden, Trump, he's really likes that, and that's sad. And people wants him as a president because of stuff like that.
Well, those things are just over the top.
Yeah.
First of all, what like you're a human being and you think what you're doing because someone has a different like don't get me wrong, you can dislike him and everything, but people want to go vote for him that you shouldn't like do anything about that. You shouldn't just fucking block their roads and just like fuck them because they're buying supporters, just all that. And what you said earlier
Yeah.
about the racial stuff, it's kind of funny because it took George Floyd's death to spark it, and it's just like, what made his death special compared to the other black people? There is, like what you said, there is so many stories of black people getting killed by police officers and all that, but it only took him to spark it up again, even though that's been a thing for longer than both of us.
Yeah.
It's just really ridiculous.
It's sad that there had to be another death to spark this up. Like you said, there's many, many, many other black stories of deaths, and everybody, even LeBron James, that's one example. He tried speaking out. A lot of the content creators and NFL players, NBA players, everybody who has that celebrity status tries to speak up about it, but nobody didn't want to take that one big step to make that change. They ain't want to help. They ain't want to push out, go and protest. I mean, there was protests, but it's just sad that it had to take another black man to die for us to take that first step to protest. And this kind of reminds me of, Martin Luther King.
It's
Back then,
yeah, it's just basically what he did was just nothing. Like his impact was just basically nothing that we had to repeat again.
while we marched the streets peacefully with signs on our hands, with white, black, Asian, all type of people, all type of races supporting us in this Black Lives Matter, and people want to be violent against a peaceful protest. It's just a sick world at this point. And until Trump gets out of that office, it's gonna continue, and it's gonna get to a point where I already feel scared getting pulled over by a police officer. Like, I'll start stuttering and shaking. Like, I'll be petrified. Like, and it's scared because they work for us, for the people. They're supposed to uphold the justice and safety, but I don't feel safe around any of them. And not all police officers are bad. I understand that one, but other police officers have a duty to call out on their brothers, other officers out on the stuff they do. But they don't, so I see them all as one who's out to get me. I don't want to raise my daughter in a dysfunctional world where racism still exists. I really don't, because if that happens to my daughter, she gets slammed by an officer or whatever, many of the stories, if that was a repeat for my daughter, I will be traumatized by that. That's the one thing I want to protect with my life. So hopefully Biden pulls this off, he win, he will win and whatnot, and we can finally get social justice in the US. While Trump, oh no, you can continue.
No, I was just gonna say I agree with that.
Um, and Biden, he accept the fact that that there's something wrong with racial justice in the U.S. That, like, let's say a black man, he's just smoking like half a little blunt clip, roach. Some of y'all should know what that is. And he'll get 5 years for that, for weed that is legal in most states. Not most, but a couple states. And he'll get 5 years for that, while people who rape kids will get a less time than them. That is beyond me. I think that's as worse as it can get. But you wanna give a black man who was just smoking probably like 1 gram of weed. He was just smoking 1 gram and he gets 5 years, three. While a person who rapes a child gets less sentencing. That's sick. That's sick. And there is something wrong with our justice system. It is. Many black people are being incarcerated for things they didn't do, like college students. One guy, he was framed for not framed, but this lady was she said she was raped by this black dude who had good grades. I don't think he was an athlete, but he was speaking out saying he didn't do it, but it was her voice over his, and she is white. So he had to spend, I think, a month in jail before they can find the evidence that it wasn't him, that she was telling a complete lie. And there's countless other stories of black men being charged for something they didn't do. They just fit the description, like the officer said.
Yeah, black people are just really easy to targeted, and it's just like for some people they think, oh yeah, that makes more sense. Let's blame a black person, and even if they didn't do it, let's just put the blame on them for no reason. That's just really
Yes,
ridiculous.
it is. While, you know, back then, I think around 1960s, 50s, um, black people was getting lynched. They was hanging in a tree, naked,
Oh my
dogs
god.
chewing at their feet, and the white people, I'm pretty sure some of them, they might be old, but they're still walking freely. I read this one story where one old man actually turned himself in and told of what he did, about what he did when he was a teenager. He was lynching black people and whatnot. And when people say that, um, when people say that it's all in the past, that you wasn't in slavery, blah 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 blah, all that, we, it's like we still feel the scars. It's like we're born with the scars of our ancestors getting whipped, and it's the world we're living in, racism still existing, that's kind of got us that feeling. uh like I said, it's hard to describe if you're not black. um Most people, they understand and whatnot, but it's just, you have to kind of be a different race to see the injustice the system is, and how racism still exists. Like a white man, he can be stopped in the car. He was, I guess, speeding, whatnot. Not that fast, but just speeding. He gets stopped. He just get a warning, maybe a ticket. While a black man is speeding, he'll get stopped. They'll search his car because they somehow smell weed in there. And that leaves the black man terrified. And we all know the stories of police officers shooting black people, and when a police officer stops us, it's scary to the core, where you're shaking up, stuttering, and then they say you're nervous, when they don't understand that we're nervous because you just pulled us over, that we can be the next name in the many lists of black people dying by the hands of police officers. But yeah, that's one of the huge issues in the world, and I believe that Biden will fix the racial and social justice, while Trump, he says he's not a racist, but we all seen the videos of him saying, uh, grab her by the, he don't respect females. Um, he don't like Mexicans, Muslims. He says it himself. So it's clearly a good choice for Biden, and I still don't understand why other people are voting for Trump. You know? if you vote for Trump, I'm gonna call you a racist because you're voting for his beliefs, and he believes that Mexicans, Muslims, and black people don't belong here. That's his beliefs, and you voting for him for another 4 years, I'm gonna call you a racist too. Um, Anything you want to say before I go to the next topic?
Um, um, mm, no, I think like you said everything like what I would just say. All that stuff just needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Um, like I didn't know that Trump actually said it himself that he doesn't like race
Well, he
like
didn't say it exactly, but
like was he applying
he
it?
he was applying it.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, good. Because like I keep hearing people say if you vote for him, you're racist, and I'm thinking like if it's his like ideology or his belief, then sure. But you can't just say you're voting for a racist if he's not actually being like that. It's just name calling. But yeah,
Yeah.
I actually really didn't know about that. I thought he just goes after just Mexicans, like because I think he says something about how like drugs and everything illegal stuff that's coming from Mexico to the United States because of them, and he just builds the border just to prevent that. And like the sad part is, I do know a couple of friends that were sent back to Mexico because of that. But I
Yeah.
must have forgotten that, man, because once Trump became president, like yeah, stuff happened that I never heard of besides that, but yeah, that's just
Yeah.
crazy.
He applied that all Muslims are kind of racist. He kind of applied that when with Mexicans. You heard it too, and um, then when Mexicans try to come, over the border, they get sent to this little. You can call it a camp. I'm gonna call it a camp because it kind of is like a camp, like a Jew camp
Oh my
all the
god.
way in Germany. If you haven't seen the photos, it's sad. You got at least thousands of Mexicans all in one single, not thousands, but like Hispanics, all in one little cage and separated from their children, you know, and it's right along the border. And seeing the photos is sad. It's just like a Jew camp. Um, but moving on to the next topic.
I think you said something about the coronavirus.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, yeah, let's talk about that since that's just been like the main thing throughout this whole entire shitty year.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like about the virus? So like for me, I think like I'm going conspiracy theory off this shit because I did a little bit of research and it's like every 20th of like every like 100 years. So it's like 1720 there was like a outbreak or something, and then like I think 1820 and 1920 like some type of plague, and here we are in 2020 and we have this fucking outbreak, and then all
Yeah,
this stuff with
there was that
it was like
it
in
was the Black Plague.
but yeah,
That
oh
was
yeah,
the
Black Plague.
that was the deadliest plague. I think in the United States. Then there was the Spanish flu. That
Oh,
was another big one.
oh yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, I don't know my history that well, but yeah, shit has happened. I feel
Yeah,
like
I
I
remember a couple stuff in history class.
well, I'm glad you did. I feel like Trump did okay handling it with sending stimulus checks during the
Um,
pandemic. That's all I
that
gotta say about
that
that.
was a that was a big help because I received one stimulus check. In the black community, we all was waiting on that second check. I ain't gonna cap because we needed it. Like I said, the black community is a low income base. But in my opinion, Trump he did all right. Uh, he did okay. Some of the states they opened back up their schools or whatnot. A kid got suspended because he took a photo in a crowded hallway in school with no kids wearing masks, and he got suspended for that. Um, and I don't agree with the states opening up schools whatnot. Like Roy Cooper, I live in North Carolina, so Roy Cooper, he just now got to run his another 4 years for us, and he was the one who put us in phase one and whatnot, and not open up the schools. And I'm glad he's not, because parents they just want to send their kids off to school and whatnot. And I'm like, why you want to send your kids to school? And Corona is still a big issue as of today. It's still a big issue. Like, what happens if, like, I was on Facebook and somebody commented, he's gonna leave this economy to be poor. I feel sorry for the kids and the teachers and yada yada yada. And I commented saying like, I mean, take your kids to school. If they come out with the corona, you know, you're gonna be looking dumb. While Roy Cooper been trying to postpone schooling and whatnot, trying to close down a couple businesses so corona don't spread. I support him for that, because I've lost my great grandma, and the week after I lost my grandma to corona. And I didn't take corona serious at first. I didn't wear a mask or whatnot, but it took their death sadly to kind of make me more aware on the issues of corona.
Man, I wish our government was like that, because I was thinking the only two things that would really concern me with this outbreak is the school system, the business, and I think like homeless people as well. I don't understand why we need to open back schools, especially for me. Going to high school, I was guaranteed we're gonna have the outbreak, or more cases there, but it's just like, dude, like you gotta be kidding me. You think like, because we're in high school, elementary, it's even worse than elementary, because little kids, they're still developing their immune system and
Yeah,
shit, and y'all think it's a good idea to send the kids back there. No, no, it really isn't. I feel
yeah,
like
and
I don't really care about the people who say, "Oh my gosh, then what happens if I leave my child alone?" Like, you can hire a babysitter, you can get a relative of your family to take care of them.
yeah,
There's
it's
better.
your job to take care of your kids, not the government, not the school. So you figure out how to take care of your kids, while you go to work.
I mean,
Change
if
your shifts,
like if
or
they can't take care of their kids because they gotta go to work, then they need to talk to their boss or something. Surely,
yeah,
but surely people aren't really open-minded to certain decisions like that. It's just like, man, you kind of like have no choice. You have to work with what you have. If not, then it's just like whatever. Sure,
yeah,
being quarantined, e-learning, all that stuff, that's good and all, you know. But some people are not like that. I don't like doing online learning. It's just my preferred choice of how I want to go in physical school, and I kind of hope to God I didn't have to go. But it sucks for me, because that's what my government thinks. Man, I'll move to California and live with you, man, so I don't have to go so I don't have to go to school.
um, what class was it? I think it was 2020. The class they went to their graduation. They had to finish the school year with computers whatnot, but they was able to walk across the stage with the low crowd and whatnot. But one of our students, well, one of their students, classmates, had corona, and the school sent out emails to all the parents saying one, of a classmate had the coronavirus, and they just warned everybody to get it checked up and whatnot. And I ain't gonna say the name, but yeah, but still, people think it's a joke, you know. And Trump, he's doing all right, but I feel like Biden's gonna be more hard on the coronavirus, and many of the healthcare workers and essential workers are tired. You know, they're tired of working hard, trying to help everybody and whatnot. And I feel like Biden is gonna have a huge impact on the coronavirus. You know, he's gonna make sure that everybody get what they need, like free public testing and whatnot. There's a couple places that do have free public testing, but some places still you have to pay for it, which is retarded. But that's them. But Trump, he's doing okay with that. But I believe that Biden's gonna be hard with it.
Yeah, because it says here that he believes the coronavirus will go away. Technically, he is right, but
Yeah,
it could not. It couldn't. Okay. It says that he believes it goes away, but it could be another year, or it could be this year that ends. It doesn't matter.
yeah,
It really doesn't matter. Like, it's gonna be there for however long it wants. We can't just, like, we're doing our best. Well, it's just like, how are you gonna come back that? And yes, that's good that that Biden's providing free testing, because you think, like, this is like a life-threatening virus, and you believe that I need to pay for it. Like, yes, we go to doctors to see if we have problems and everything, but if, like, someone needs to get tested now and they don't have the money on them, and it's just like, hello, like, why can't you do like a retesting, just like make sure I'm not at my life risk of getting it and dying.
yeah,
So that's actually good that Biden's doing that.
yeah. And Biden, he also wants people in the low economy, you know, to get free healthcare, while Trump, he disapproves that. Um,
Kind of funny because Canada has free healthcare.
exactly. I swear, Canada. I really want to go, and I think you can buy alcohol when you turn 18. I
Oh shit,
think.
let's go together.
I'm down. I'm down. If we make it to the top, bruh,
Yes, sir.
let's go to
Go
fucking
to
Canada.
Canada.
I'm down with that.
But what were you saying?
But um, let me read this.
Mm.
Uh,
Hmm. Your healthcare would change things.
yeah,
Real good
I have
stuff.
Medicaid. Um, one thing that he wanted Medicaid is for income people, uh people who don't have health care plans or whatnot, or insurance. One thing he wanted was he wanted allowing states to add work requirements to elig- blah, Medicaid eligibility. But which is, I mean, it's okay, you know, to work to get Medicaid. You know, that I don't see a problem with that. But most people can't work, like I said, depending on their situation, in the low income. But Uh, for Biden with his healthcare plan, he wants to lower the cost of prescription drugs, and he said that every American has a right to the peace of mind that comes with knowing they have access to affordable, quality health care,
Huh. Well, that's
which
good.
is good. Um, because when your girlfriend or wife or whatever is pregnant, uh, Medicaid is a huge help. If you don't have Medicaid, you have to pay the hospital. It's like, how much was it, babe, if you didn't have Medicaid and you had a child at a hospital? Yeah, it depends by state, but I think ours was 4,000, right?
Holy
Yeah,
shit!
it was like, yeah, 4,000 plus the medication and epidural and all of that.
Fucking
And
that
she had a
much?
C-section, so it costs a little bit more too. So
Oh
I
my
say
god.
probably like 6,000, right?
Oh my gosh, my sister has 4 kids, and I think two or one out of those four, when she gives birth, she had to do a C-section. Holy fucking shit! I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
With yours is 4,000. I cannot imagine how much my sister had to pay for all four of her fucking kids. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
including with the medication and the C-section, I'll
Oh
probably say
my
round it up
god!
to about 5,000 or six maybe. So we had to move really quick on the Medicaid so that they can cover it for us. Cause ain't no way. Like I said, we're a low income, family, and wasn't we wouldn't be able to afford a good health care insurance, private health care and stuff. So, like I said, Medicaid is a big help for the people like me with a little bit of money, just an average job. Um, so for Trump to say, you got to work for your Medicaid, if a female is pregnant, how they gonna work? I mean, they can work until they get their maternity leave, but that's gonna cause stress and pain for them. And
Hmm.
this, the C-section, oh, it was awful. It was like a lot of blood, a lot. Like, Walking Dead. Have you ever
Yeah.
like?
Oh yeah.
Just imagine a zombie just digging in the guts. That's what how I see it. It was, oh, it was horrible. It was but my girlfriend, she took it like a champ. Uh, and now we have a 15-pound baby just laying in the bed. But
I just doing our own little thing.
but yeah, is there anything you want to say before I end the video?
I thought you wanted. Oh wait, yeah. Oh yeah, we did. Well, yeah, we did went over the topics. Man, that was fast. Holy shit.
Yeah, we're
Well,
on 47 minutes now.
all right. It's just one to two things. One, I don't understand. He wanted to get rid of Social Security and the retirement benefits. I don't understand that shit. I had someone literally when I working Burger King, one of my coworkers had explained what that shit is, and like, I'm like a little bit skeptical about that.
Is he talking about like SSI checks from Social Security?
I think so. He says Social Security for Americans. Um, I don't know too much about that, but all I heard from the news that he wants to get rid of Social Security, which is ridiculous. Cause why would you want to get rid of that? That's just stupid. But I don't want to go too much into it.
So,
Something that I don't know.
So he said Trump claims that making changes to entitlement spending is the easiest of all things. Before he was elected, he promised not to cut Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. However, if elected to a second term, Trump has signaled that he is open to cuts to Medicare and he would propose deeper cuts to Medicaid, Social Security, disability programs. According to him, at the right time, we will take a look at that. So, with Social Security, disability, if you was disabled at a job, you can't work no more. Like you got a bad back, which my uncle he has a bad back. He can't work no more. He gets disability check from Social Security because he can't work no more. So he gets, I'm not sure how much he gets, but he gets a bit every month, to pay for the rent, bills, etc. And but now he works as I think it was like as a washer. He cleans dishes or whatnot at this tiny restaurant. But yeah, if he cuts the disability program for disables, they won't be able to get by like they used to. They're gonna have to start to look for a job even if they disabled. So let's
Hmm.
say a person has a bad back, they're gonna have to start to or a bad leg, busted knee, they're gonna have to go back to working.
Hmm. Well, I don't really agree with that.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I don't think Congress is gonna. I don't think like everybody will be okay with that, and including Congress. It's like
Yeah.
why would you want to do that to someone who's probably worked so much that they can only do so like much like I don't know like you can work really well until time goes by, you get a bit slower, and you can only do so much, and then like you can't get by with anything. And it's just like, is that how really what we want to treat people, including in the lower classes?
Right.
And it's
Like I
just,
said, for the lower class, it's hard enough to get by, with getting a job at McDonald's, getting paid that $8.45, And one thing that Biden made clear is he wants $15 for minimum wage, which is
yeah.
would help so many people like me. So
Yeah,
many
I
people.
was I was gonna move to that next topic about minimum wage. I think, well, I don't think every state should be 15 because I feel like depending on what state it is and if it's really expensive to live, yeah, the minimum wage should be increased. I think one of the most expensive states to live is California, and I think New York. I know there's like another state. But with Florida, I feel like it's okay-ish. I don't mind if it's raised, but like if it's raised to $15, I'm afraid with people with small businesses, if they can't afford to keep buying new things and if you get your groceries and that shit's fucking like really expensive, like a carton of milk, let's just say it's like I don't know, like $2 before tax, and it'll be like 250 or something. But now with the minimum wage
Yeah.
increase, it'll be like I don't know, like four $4
Yeah,
for
probably
tax.
for
Like I kind of don't want it to be like that. I don't want it to be like the same. We're basically doing the same thing, but just like a different number has changed. We still have to give like a bigger percentage of the number, to Walmart, to the government, and all that, and we're still stuck with,
yes.
the same money. It's good for like fast foods for minimum wage, but there's jobs, that offers better money, but some places like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, what they just only offer the minimum wage. Yeah, I think it would be fantastic if it would be raised, but I don't know. It should be at least $10. I feel like $10 would be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I would probably say 12. Probably $12. Not all the way to 15. But either way, an increase would help a lot of people uh, in the low income people around the country, whatnot. Because in middle school, high school, I was getting paid like minimum wage, and it was okay. You know, it's a good high school job, whatever. And then but once I hit 18 years old and I wanted to look in the future, you know, once you hit college, you got to talk about what you want to do in life. And I was just gonna become just a working person. I was gonna do college. I was gonna do none of that. But I ended up working at like warehouses because fast food it's not it. And there's older people who works at fast foods and whatnot, barely making it. You know, taking home discounted food from McDonald's to feed their families, whatnot. So this this increase will help a lot of people, I believe, though. Even though taxes will be raised, whatnot, um, I still believe that it would help more people, in my opinion, than besides the taxes and stuff. Like taxes, it'll increase, but you know, tax time that around January or so, you get your taxes back. That'll increase too, so you'll have that to look forward to.
Yeah, does like how does that even work with taxes? Just increase every year by like a percentage?
Uh, I don't know much details about it. I know that when you work and you pay your, they take money out of your check with taxes, like uh, medical stuff or whatever type of benefits you add, and then they take
Mm-hmm.
taxes from your paycheck. And let's say you worked there for a year, and they took about 3,000 over a year out of your paychecks. And so when tax time comes around January, maybe February, you get not the full 3,000. You'll probably get like 1,000 back.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of how it works, and they keep the other half.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So you
That
get
makes,
so for your taxes, you get some of it back,
but not all of
uh,
it.
but not all of it. Yeah,
And
and
then,
tax time. That's when you usually go buy your dream TV or like you saved
yeah, like
enough.
with that, yeah, yeah, isn't there like one day in that year, like where you just buy like a 99-cent candy bar that's just only gonna be 99 cents?
Yeah, I think there is a day where there is no taxes.
Hmm.
I think.
I think I don't know. I think it's like before like school starts or something like that. Because I remember doing that with my mom getting clothes.
Yeah, I remember that my grandparents told me that they don't have to pay tax for that day, and they went crazy shopping. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but I remember they told me that. It is? Okay, so girlfriend, just confirm it. It's a real thing.
All right. Well, final topic before we have to end it. Guns. Biden wants to get rid of them, and Trump wants to keep them.
Okay, with
How do you feel about
guns.
that?
Um, you know, the Fourth Amendment right. I think that's the
No,
amendment to hold arms.
no. Oh no,
Is that
I
the
think
right
it,
amendment?
no. I think it's the Second Amendment.
Segment. Okay.
First or
Got it
second,
wrong,
sorry.
but with guns, I think I'm gonna go with Trump on this one. Like I said, you know, some things he's okay with, some things, everything about him is just bad, but a couple things, you know. But with this one, I think Trump he's okay with this one to keep guns. Because I do too want to own a gun. Um, but with this one, I'm not sure if you've seen the video of the two white uh white people, a father and a son, shot down an unarmed black guy. I'm not sure if you've seen the video. They chased him in the truck and shot him.
Oh my god.
Yeah. After this video, you gotta look up that one. But
Okay.
um, I'm kind of in the middle, you know.
Keep guns to
But
like a certain degree.
yeah, keep guns with a certain degree. You know, there's already, you got to be 18 to own a gun
No, it's
and to
not.
opening.
Nah, it's actually 21. They bumped that up
Okay,
to slower
bump
it
it up.
down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then 25, that's when you're able to open and carry. That
Holy
means you can
fuck.
just walk anywhere. Well, in my state, you can kind of walk anywhere with a gun to your hip or in your vehicle, whatnot.
Mm.
I don't really see a problem with it. People I know, my homies, they can't really own a gun because if they get a background check, they got, you know, charges left and right. So,
Mm.
um, I'm kind of in between, just I guess have more requirements. Maybe go to
Yeah.
an actual, like, all you do for North Carolina is you fill out a form. I think take a training class. I think it's like a 1 day training class. I'm not sure, and after that they'll send your gun license through the mail or whatnot. But I think it should probably be a little bit more requirements, like take a whole week of gun safety and whatnot. And that'll probably be it for what I'm asking for.
Really? I was thinking they should take like a mental test because of those fucking
Oh,
school
that's a good
shootings.
one. Yeah, a
Because
mental test, yeah.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, Trump did put it to 21, but people can get guns anywhere. And lowering it
Yeah,
to or bringing it up to 21 doesn't make it that much like better. It just slows down just a little bit. But getting like a mental test to get a gun and just like not have any like negative thoughts of like what you're gonna do with this gun. Like, yes, we
yeah,
need it to defend ourselves, but I feel like it's like what you said. It's like there has to be like like a certain degree. Like I feel like yes, it should be on your person to like not all times, but like certain times. If you're feeling eerie about going to a certain place, sure, you could bring a gun just in case. But when I get
yeah,
one, I most likely for me, I might just leave it in my house because, you know, we're in America and fucking we just I don't know if we start rioting, but like fucking we have people breaking into houses and sure, a gun is really useful
yeah.
for that. But like I don't wanna have to bring a gun out in the public because I don't want to have the feeling like, oh yeah, I don't think going outside I feel safe. Like I want to feel comfortable going outside and not having any issues, but it's nothing much we can do about that.
I'm not sure if you've seen videos of it, but it's like a public experiments where a white man, he'll carry a open AR-15.
Isn't that fucking
So
banned?
he'll if it's semi-auto, if it's fully automatic, that's illegal. But if it's
Oh,
semi,
okay.
you can carry that. Officer, he stopped the white man, asked like, "Hey, what you carrying a AR-15 for?" And he just said, "I'm just registering my Second Amendment rights and whatnot." He said all that. They did a second test with a black man carrying the AR-15. It was 3 cop cars pulled up really quick. They told him to get on the ground, already pointing their guns at him. It was an experiment, so
Mm. So if
he
two
ain't
different
really do
races
nothing. But
holding a
yeah,
gun
it's
and people have like a negative perspective because
on the black people.
yeah, because like I don't like we do have gangs, hoods, all that stuff, but like they have their
Not every black person
yeah.
is a gang
No,
banger,
not
what they call.
really.
It's like me, well, with me, uh, okay, all right, let's switch that one. Huh?
It's all good.
Uh,
But yeah, I think I said enough for what I wanted to say about this election. Honestly, like it's more lenient to Biden's favor, but of course Trump's just calling out the states, oh, recounts, fraud,
yeah,
all that. But if Biden
he's
wins, I'm
just,
not gonna be surprised. But if Trump wins, I'll be really more surprised.
yeah,
Because
I'll, ooh,
how would you feel if
I don't
Trump
know.
won?
If he wins, which I pray he don't. We need a new person in office who's actually gonna fight for the people. Do what the people ask. What they need, and Trump is doing whatever he wants to do. And if he becomes a president for the second term, 4 more years, I feel like some things he's okay with, like I said, but most of the things that's important to me is racial and justice and whatnot, and that's where I become iffy about it, and I believe that he's gonna lead everything downhill because what white people, they wasn't talking any shit or threatening any black people or Mexicans when Obama was in the White House.
Yeah.
And when Trump became the president, now they feel like they can put hands on any and everybody, and they don't have to go to jail for it or get consequences for it. And Trump is allowing that. He's pretty much kind of telling him to do that. If you watch his rallies and whatnot, you'll see he'll put in slick comments and whatnot, and like they'll like chant F this or F that, and he'll look around and say something slick, and he'll look around like, keep saying it, but I didn't make y'all say it. Like he's approving of it.
Hmm.
But it was nice to have you in this conversation with me in this video.
Well, I'm glad.
Again, everybody, this is Phantom. I'll put his YouTube channel down in the description below. And anything you want to say?
Um, yeah. It's Kanye West, 2020 as president. I'm voting for him. Kanye West is
One more
gonna be
thing.
our president. I can't wait for those
For
Yeezys.
the 70,000 people who voted for Kanye, y'all niggas are dumb. Alright, y'all. Alright, y'all. Peace.